My bestie's little sister was sniffing around my husband and flirting with him in front of me, so I called her out in front of everyone. Now her family wants a public apology. I, 31 feet, am close friends with Lisa, 33 feet. We met at college, became roommates, and I love her to death. Lisa has a sister, Amy, 20 feet, whom I occasionally met in college, but she was so young at the time that we never really hung out. Lisa had a bridal shower in February, and I financially contributed to most of it since I couldn't be there in person to help with the planning. I gave money to Amy to pay for everything, the decor, food, and alcohol. I even paid for an overnight stay at a hotel for all 7 girls. I did all of this because I couldn't make it to Lisa's hen party the week before, where I had also paid for the limo Amy wanted to host the party in. At the shower, I saw Amy, and she was gushing about how I had spent a lot of money on Lisa. I just said that if it's for Lisa, I would have paid for anything. Amy was hinting that my job was paying me so much money that I could spend this much on Lisa. I'm a new surgeon, just graduated from residency. I got a pay bump, but not a lot. I'm lucky because my husband is supporting me while I go through fellowship. My husband, 40 meters, is a doctor too, but he's much more advanced in his career than I am. For my wedding gift, he paid off the remainder of my student loans. He is amazing, and I am obsessed with him. The wedding happened in March. My husband and I attended. Family and close friends were invited to Lisa's parents' place for dinner afterward. Well, Amy was very handsy with my husband. Even during the wedding, she was asking him about his job, how smart he was to be working in the ICU, how hot he was, how he looks like a young Alain Delon, etc. My husband was giving me signals to come to him, and I did. This happened at least 2 more times. At Lisa's parents' place, Amy was wrapping her arm around my husband's back and was serving him drinks and food. I told Lisa's mom about how Amy's behavior was making my husband and me very uncomfortable. Her mom pulled her aside and told her off, I think, because she came out grumpy. She was still acting like a crazed teenager because when we wanted to leave, she wouldn't give my husband his jacket back and kept sniffing it. I had a feeling that she was drunk and completely out of it. My husband raised his voice and told her to stop messing around and give it to him. I yelled, "Can you stop being so difficult? You've been shamelessly flirting with my husband in front of me the whole day. Give me the damn jacket and leave us alone." I got a text from Lisa's mom demanding I publicly apologize to Amy, as in post on social media a heartfelt apology, because some of the guests heard me yell at her and thought I was overreacting and humiliated her. Lisa is on my side and told me Amy has always had gold-digging tendencies and that this isn't the first time she'd done something like this. She flirted with her friend's dad and their next-door neighbor, who was married when she thought that they were wealthy. Lisa said that she'll handle it. I already felt so bad for ruining the last moments of her wedding day, and now she has to deal with this. I've been ruminating on this a lot lately and wondering if I should apologize to Amy. I don't want to, but if I did, I would explain exactly what happened and how it merited my reaction to her. Though, this might add fuel to the fire. There is so much drama right now, and I want to preserve my friendship with Lisa. What the hell would you guys do? Update 1. Well, my post got so popular that Amy's mom found it and texted me to take down, in all caps. I didn't apologize to anyone or do anything at all. Frankly, I forgot about it since I had people close to dying on me left and right at work. I gaslit Amy's mom into thinking that I never did such a thing and that I didn't have an account to post on. She believed it, I think, since she didn't text me back. For clarification, one of you said I had a spine of a jellyfish and not apologizing was the right thing to do. I was hesitant and was actually considering giving that apology because she fed me and let me stay in her home during Thanksgiving and Christmas many years ago when I couldn't go home to my family. I'm the kind of person who will remember every good thing you do for me and do my best to reciprocate or get even so as not to be indebted to you. I don't know what kind of mental illness that is. I never retained much of the psychiatric info from med school. A lot of people insinuated that me being docile and restrained in those kinds of situations makes me a bad surgeon, to which I say I beg your effing pardon. Would you want someone who's operating on you to have a criminal record for causing bodily harm? Also, I've dealt with worse than Amy. I survived handling 19 psychotic patients with TBIs for a whole rotation. Me being aggressive would have gotten me kicked out of my fellowship. Things that have transpired. I tried to avoid contacting Lisa since she went off on her honeymoon, but because of the popularity of my previous post, I decided to give her a heads up. Lisa was more than apologetic. In fact, she video called me, and we had a very teary conversation about her family. There was a lot more going on that I never knew, but my and my husband's involvement in her family drama was the last straw. She decided to go no contact with her mom and sister. She also warned me that Amy might approach my husband in some way, but she had no idea how. She's also getting her extended family involved about Amy. My husband does not have any social media, so hot, and he did not give out his number to anyone at all during the wedding. He is very particular about loyalty and transparency in our marriage. We have access to each other's electronics. I know he would never cheat on me. 3 days ago, someone called my husband's clinic asking to get his number for an emergency and said she needed to get a hold of his wife. The nurse who answered refused to give a physician's personal number, and the conversation got heated. My husband's colleague, another intensivist, took over and asked her to tell him what the emergency was so that he could relay the message to my husband himself. The person on the phone argued some more, and when the doctor wouldn't give in, she hung up. That friend told my husband what happened and said the woman didn't give her name but had a very high-pitched, childlike voice. My husband immediately knew it was Amy, but we have no proof. I know it was her. She must have searched my husband's name and found where he worked since his professional profile is online along with the name of his hospital. I'm getting more and more irritated by this whole thing and have gone full-on mama bear mode over my husband. He was furiously annoyed after the wedding and was saying if the genders were switched, Amy would have definitely gotten punched not even halfway through the wedding. My husband had terrible experiences with women before. 2 women at different times tried to baby trap him, one did some Sherlock-level manipulation, and one harassed us when we were dating. He is usually a cool and calm guy, but he hasn't been smiling or joking around with me like he always does ever since the wedding. Anyway, my uncle, our lawyer, was consulted, and security at my husband's department and around our home have been notified. Thank you, guys. P.S. Amy's mom, if you're reading this, do something about Amy before something bad happens. Also, you don't deserve your older daughter. Update 2. We have the number of the woman who called, but it wasn't Amy's number. She could have gotten another number. At that time, I was almost confident it was her, so I got the name of the person the phone number was registered to, CC. What threw me off was that this person had been using that number for 7 years. However, I later found out this woman lived in the area where Amy lives. I called Lisa to ask if she knew who Cece is, and lo and behold, Cece is Amy's best friend. I told Lisa about the call to the clinic. She went silent, said she had to go, and ended the call. The next day, Lisa texted me that she had gotten a verbal confession from Amy about the call. Not only that, but when everything happened right after the wedding, I had not blocked Amy from my Instagram yet. She must have gone through my followers list and found my husband's family, doomed them with evidence that I was cheating on him. She had found and gotten in contact with my mother-in-law, 2 sisters-in-law, and my niece, who is 13 years old, about my infidelity. They were skeptical, thank God, and contacted my husband. I swear to God, this girl is so stupid. I don't get why she would waste her time doing this and doing it very poorly at that. My sil sent a screenshot of the chat from Amy to my husband, and he wanted to throw his phone at the wall. Lisa sent me the recording of the entire call she had with Amy admitting to everything and some serious threats about what she would do to me. One of which was that she was going to report me to my state medical board, no basis whatsoever. Like I said, she is an idiot, the premium kind. We got in touch with my lawyer uncle. We sent a C&D letter telling Amy not to contact me, my husband, and my in-laws, and I let my chief of surgery and head of my program know about this just in case. Then Amy really reported me to the medical board. It doesn't have to be doctor-patient related. A doctor could be harassing someone in the grocery store, and a witness can report that doctor to the board. That is the purpose of creating this avenue to complain. Even though they were warned about this, they still had to do preliminary investigations on me and interview me to hear my side. It was a major pain in the ass for me, especially since I'm 5 months pregnant. The case on me is now closed. Few days later, Amy and my niece again with new evidence of my infidelity. My sweet niece ran to her mom, who told my husband and me. We got a court-ordered restraining order against her now. When all of this happened, Lisa was helping me along the way. The cherry on top was when Lisa, who had access to Amy's email and her Instagram, she never logged out, posted how she tried to home-wreck a marriage and outed Amy online with screenshots and snippets of the phone call. Lisa changed her password and Amy couldn't log in to delete it. Lisa made this known to her entire family, and they are putting pressure on her mom, hi, Kelly, to rein her in. I don't know the specifics, but they are using the family inheritance or some heirloom as a bargaining chip to get her to behave. The girl has some mental issues for sure. I would love to give her a lobotomy. I hope to God this is the last of this and Amy stays away from us, but I have this gnawing feeling that she's going to try something again. Lisa is the hero in this, honestly. She'll continue to keep an eye out to see if Amy starts crap again. If she does, Lisa says she's going to hire a hitman. This should be the final update. To the people who don't believe this happened, it did happen, but since it's so unreal, I don't blame you. To add, my husband and I are going to couples counseling together, as advised in the comments of the prior post. We are doing very well. He's planning an intimate gender reveal soon for me. Thank you everyone.